idea what the psychology is of it, so, and the mechanics of it. All right, who's got a song idea out there?
Now, we're going to write this, so...
Yeah, right.
Don't throw your pearls before swine.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
This big old empty hall, sitting here waiting for it all.
What is it?
This big old empty hall.
This big old empty hall.
I like big old empty halls.
Yeah, okay. That's the title, right? Big Old Empty Hall.
Why don't you just sing it for us? You won't believe how great Greg is as a writer, how quick he is. I mean, literally, honestly, if you give him like 10 seconds here, he can sing.
Don't set it up. Don't set it up.
It will emerge fully formed from the head of Zeus.
Just sing the whole song right quick. It's great. It's fantastic.
What was it again?
This big old empty hall. Come on, you can see it now.
Okay, so if we're going to get to that, that's going to be our hook, okay? So if we're going to think that's going to be like, that we're going to come down to that we'll distill down to that. So we want to start out talking about, okay, we think about Big Old Empty Hall. I would think about it, in this term. So it's a sad song. I'm just throwing this out there. It's a sad song, maybe about somebody got divorced and he comes home and it's a big old empty hall that leads to the bedroom back in the back. It could be that kind of a feel of a sad song, It would, or if we want to go the happy route, it could be a big old empty hall full of people partying or whatever, But I'm just trying to think,
No, I think it's sad. I was another take on it could be about a performer who's no longer at the height of his career, and he's just having a moment. This is my life. Having a moment, in there doing sound check and looking at this big old empty hall. I'm just thinking.
Now, what I would do on either one of these is I would go ahead and get my little nomenclature list out, because nearly every song in Nashville, and even every song in the world, even though it may not seem like a list song, it still has a list of things that you're going to talk about. So if we're going to do Big Old Empty Hall, like Greg said, I was thinking it was like someone getting ready to leave and they're looking at the empty hall, but it would be coming home. But I would put pictures on the walls, floor, hardwood floor, maybe a rug, maybe a light coming through the door, a door. You'd have something leaving, where you were leaving the bedroom, where you headed, your car outside. I would put like maybe the next town where you're going to, the next life you're going to. Maybe I would switch some scenes out. Maybe we'll talk about being at a bar one night, maybe when we first met, and then I'd put those things. If it was about what Jim said, then that would change. So then it would be like, we'd have a stage, we'd have microphones, we'd have windows, and then we'd build our story, we'd create our place to where we'd build our story from. So I think we ought to do the one that Jim did. I think that'd be good. You like that?
I like that.
I was working on the one that Greg did.
No, I'm thinking yours. Okay.
So I got to throw away these lyrics already. I come up with that's just like co-writing, though. All right, so.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that one like that.
So they just stepped on my idea. At this point, I can be really mad, resentful.
Leave the room.
Even though they want to write my idea, I was already coming up with something there.
We've had people leave the room, haven't we?
Yes, I've left the room.
Since Jim's such a whiny baby, we're going to do his thing. No, actually, it's a really cool idea. That strikes me the most, yeah. So we start saying, like, telling a story. Back in '77, I remember how they felt. Back in '77, I remember how the band played on all night. And the people used to scream. And I was sitting underneath the lights, so I'm thinking about how I'm going to shape this up.
Calling out the song titles underneath the lights.
Calling out the song titles, yeah, out there in the lights. But you can't see people usually, not
Not an empty seat in the house.
There wasn't an empty seat in the house. Oh, I wish I could say that now.
Because this chorus,
So you're setting up, guys. And see what we're doing. The best songs get to the chorus quick. That's right, man. You just want to get there, man. It's because you want to deliver that. So what did I say first? Somebody help me. This is why you run a recorder when you're writing too.
yeah, if you have your recorder running that way, you can always save it. Jim saves all of his recordings, and if he ever gets sued on a song, he can go back and say, look, here's how we wrote it. And he's so good at that, I would give anything if I was that kind of organizer. It would help out so much.
I remember back in I remember 77. What was it? How the band played on all night. That's what I said. And people used to yell out the songs, yeah, from out there in the lights.
I like that better. See, that was better that time.
We were refining it as we go. So what was the next line I had? We had
Wanted an empty seat in the house.
yeah. There wasn't an empty seat in the house. Oh, I wish I could say that now. 'Cause this big old empty hall. No. Yeah. This is now twice. I'm trying to think. This big old, maybe, you know, I don't know, would you like to say that now? Maybe we said something before that. Get along 4 walls in this big old empty hall. You know, something about 4 walls, or we're thinking about, you know, it's just a.
It's yeah.
I want to say something made poetic about the walls, you know. What's it? And there's an echo from the walls, yeah.
Nice move.
In this big old empty hall. See what I'm saying? And it's, yeah, it's, you know.
I hear my lonely voice.
Okay, so now what you've got is a verse that ends with the title. So immediately you know from Sheila Davis's craft of lyric writing what kind of song you're writing. You're going to write a song, the verse of which ends with the title. And then the second verse will end with the title, and then we'll go to a bridge or a B section, or chorus, whatever, and that probably will end with the title too, or not. Depends on what Greg does, and then we'll come back on a third verse and do it again and try to get out of it in some creative, fresh way. But this is a very popular form for ballads.
I used to have the hardest time when I'd have a title and I would try to figure out, is this an A song? Does the title go at the end of the verse? Does the title go in the chorus? And it was like the hardest time trying to figure out which one's right, which one's right. And finally I realized that if I just kept writing them and doing it the wrong way or the right way, that it would all take care of itself eventually.
All come out in the wash, yeah. The thing too, you know, we're writing like say AA, what was this AABB run? Kind of like first thing we said. I remember 77. It's AABB. You know what I mean? That's A. And the first 2 lines are A rhymes. Second 2 lines are B rhymes. So that's when you hear AABB and that kind of stuff, what it means.
I really like this. If for my taste, the top of the chorus after you say it's all empty now. You know, I wish I could say that now. Then I would go big chorus. This big old empty house, or this big old empty hall. Now it's just. Then I would say something else there. I don't know exactly. And then I would end it with. Now it's just my lonely voice echoing off these walls in this big old empty hall. That would be my. I like that. I don't know what the second one is. You know, smell of alcohol.
Yeah, okay.
Hall doesn't rhyme with hall. Hall is hall. We've had that conversation for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Does snow rhyme with snow? No. It's not identical.
Well, if you talk to Emily Dickinson, who has been dead for 100
See,
years,
this is how it starts. We'll be here all night.
she rhymed mound, grounded, ground, you know.
Yeah, back in 77. So where were we here? The band played all night long. Keeps changing.
No, band played all night.
People used to yell out the songs. I've got lights.
Out there in the
Out from underneath the lights. So the first line was, I remember 77, the band played all night. Okay. And I remember, and they used to yell out all the songs, yeah. All from underneath, out there in the lights.
Let's make it 97 too. 77.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, this is what I do, and I'm really bad at it because Greg will be working on the music. He'll be going on really good, and I'll think of a line that I think is so important, and I'll forget it if I don't write it down. And I hate to always write it down, so I'll jump in and go, oh, wait, just a second. I got it. But people like the enthusiasm of that sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think it would be, here in these empty halls, I'm standing watching the curtain fall.
That sounds like a chorus.
Okay.
Here in this empty hall,
I'm
The
watching.
curtain's gonna fall a little too early. Seems the curtain fell a little too early to fall, you know, or something like, you know, because the guy wants he's still lamenting his career or whatever he's lamenting being from the stage.
It's talking about a guy who had a career that's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
He calls it as where I used to be 10 feet tall.
Yeah. That's right. That kind of thing. Yeah.
I used to have a ball.
And where I stood 10 feet tall, and I was bulletproof with a bullet.
Bullet microphone. You see, now I love that detail, but at that point I'll be like, nobody's going to know what that means. It's not weird. Okay.
So we gotta,
But I know what you meant, and I like it.
but most people won't know what that means.
If
So we
we,
got to dial back. Okay, we're not going to use that great little detail. Sorry, but that, you know.
Yeah, sure.
if we had enough stuff in the song that would indicate a time period and would indicate that that microphone would be used, and it's for those people, you could do that. And if you had if you're talking about guns and you wanted to use a bullet microphone, it's going to be very confusing. You know, so you got to be sure that you're using your words right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking he meant, by the way, back when he had a bullet charge. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, bullet. That's what we were talking about.
that's
yeah,
good.
it was where I was going with that. But the thing is, but most people wouldn't know what that is either. You know what I mean?
And we
Most
still
people
like the song because the melody's great. And the singer sings so good.
I'll show you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I remember '97. The band would play all night. And people would yell out the song titles, yeah, from out there in the light. There wasn't an empty seat in the house. Oh, I wish I could say that now. As the echoes off the walls in this big old empty hall.
See, I love that.
We'll go to the chorus, maybe we'll start off with the chorus. In this big old empty hall, where I once stood 10 foot tall, is now just a place of broken dreams, you know, because he's washed up maybe or something.
Yeah, I really used to really love it, but now I'm a puppet hanging without no strings.
Oh, I love it, right. Now just a puppet
Hanging here without no strings.
hanging here without any strings.
I used to give it my all.
I used to get on. We can turn around real quick. Where are you? No, no. But I sit here and sing my to this big old empty hall. So I'm trying to think how we get back to that. So we see what we're doing. We're starting with we're finding where we're going. We're feeling out where we're going. We're getting the middle. Any good song, you know, if you got the beginning, the middle, and an end, you develop your story. You can fill in the blanks there. You know what I mean? And it goes for any kind of music, man. I mean, if you're writing anything, you just really you got to know where you're going. So this big old empty hall where I once stood 10 foot tall. When I say after that, we say
Broken Dreams.
now just is now
It's a stage of broken dreams.
now it's just a stage of broken
In the
dreams.
stages of your life, you'll be playing off that word.
Yep. And I love it. Yeah.
I used to really love it.
I love it.
Now I'm like a puppet.
Yeah. I don't know about puppet though. I mean, puppet might be a little too playful.
Well, yeah, with the puppet, without those strings, it means that you
Right, I
can't
got you.
really do your thing. But maybe not, it's
I
funny.
love it. You're right. That's such a cool thing, though. You're
I
right.
don't know how to face it. I don't know if I can replace it.
Yeah. But it's hard to face. You know.
Here's a good one too. It's like there's something in the power of the song that I sing. Lost the power of the song.
Right, something
that I
about the
sing,
song, yeah.
That I sing and rhyme, sing with dreams. But it's not perfect rhyme. Doesn't really rhyme. Oh, there you go.
Okay. This big old empty hall.
That was
Where I
good.
once stood 10 foot tall. Now just a stage of broken dreams. With
Something da 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 da. The guitar without strings. Just that.
you know.
Make
And I feel like, you know, yeah. And I can't help this feeling like a guitar without any strings.
As I sit here drunk tonight, I can't help feeling like a guitar without any strings.
I sit here tonight, yeah. If you wanted to be a broader audience, it'd probably be, you know, we leave alcohol out of it. I'm trying to think how you say that, though. You know?
And let's sit here tonight with Jack Daniels and Bud Light.
There you go. He's really going downhill. I'm chasing him, man.
I'm really not living the life. I'm really not living the life. Sitting
An afterlife. You know that? As I sit on here tonight, looking at the afterlife. No, that sounds like he's dying. Okay. I sit here tonight, looking back on my life. Looking back on my life. And how it came out right.
maybe just as I look back in my life, I feel like a guitar without any strings.
Yeah, what's that?
As I look back on my life,
Yeah.
I feel like
As I look
guitar.
back on my life, you know it kind of feels like I'm a guitar
Oh, that's beautiful.
without any strings.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
And go back to it, you know, we're going to do a verse, maybe a quick verse there, and get back to the thing, you know. So, you got me.
Now this is where in the chorus I would go like, all right, first of all,
Hold up.
yeah, Kris, you're just drunk on Greg's beautiful voice, so relax.
True, that's
Some of these lyrics are not making sense, and we got to think of them a little more clearly, you know. Because you write with somebody who sings so beautifully, you just like, oh, it doesn't even matter if it makes any sense. It really happens. So.
And we have to bust ourselves, you know what I mean? Seriously, we got to bust ourselves because, you know, just because I can sing high or something, you can't sing too high for a pitch for somebody because they'll turn it off. I can't sing it that high. You can't sing, or, you know, or sometimes it's intimidating to sing, you know, it's better for a writer to sing a song and pitch the song. And that's the great thing, advantage that you have, you know, is writing a song, you know.
Well, these lyrics are making sense. I'm just kind of playing about that.
No,
Give
yeah,
me what it is. I only got
All right, we got from the top. We had let's go from the top again. I remember '97, how the band would used to play all night. People yell out the titles from out there underneath the lights. There wasn't an empty seat in the house. Oh, I wish I could say that now. As it echoes off the walls, yeah. In this big old empty hall. As I echo off the walls, this big old empty hall. You know what I'm saying? In this big old empty hall, where I once stood 10 foot tall. What's the next line? Oh.
On this stage of
On this stage of all my broken dreams. But these days my life kind of feels like I'm a guitar without any strings. And we'll, and like the cap on that would probably be like, and so something, you know, like I'm thinking, and so I look out on this floor, yeah. And pretend that I'm alone and alone.
Oh, how about as my life comes to a crawl, and then I sing to these, as my life, I don't know, maybe my career.
3 minutes left.
Oh, you know what? When I used to have it all. You know, and I would look at, and I stand here, and then yeah, when I used to have it all. But now this is just a little thing, you know?
Just me and these big old.
Now it's just me in this, yeah, in this big old empty hall. I'm trying to think, we wrap that around.
Singing this three-piece band on this empty hall.
Yeah. Or he's by himself, maybe. The band's gone and everything, so you want to create the scenery.
I think-
everything's gone, maybe.
Yeah, singing to myself. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Just me singing to myself. This big old.
I'm
Or here in my
down, nothing when I used to have it all. Oh, here we go. Now it's just me singing for myself, right, in this big old empty hall. And we refine that, making that. Now that's the idea. Now we want to refine that. We're going to take that. We got a roadmap now. You know, kind of where the words are. So now we're just going to go notch into that. Just make it.
And then we go to lunch. We go to lunch and we come back and write the second verse.
That's right. And then where bridges are concerned, never write or burn a bridge unless absolutely necessary. So
My friend Bob Moles, he used to say, bridge over troubled chorus. If the chorus wasn't right, you need to fix it with a bridge.
And this is the country, you know, this is primarily like this is kind of an old school country song we're writing right now, you know what I mean? It's like, but you know, in that framework, that's the simplest form of pure writing of country. You know, it's just a country ballad that makes people feel things. You know, it works the same process in different. It's the same process even in up-tempo stuff. And you know, we sit there and throw out lines, and the best line wins. And that's how it has to be in co-writing. The best line has to win. It's for the good of the song. It's not for anybody's ego. It's for the good of the song. And you got to always remember that. I'm writing for the good of the song because the song is the thing that's going to get everybody where they're going. So it's in everybody's vested interest to write for the good of the song.
You know, if this was the actual co-write with Greg and Jim, the other thing that I would really want to try to do more of, which this was such a short time, I did interject quite speed up the process a lot. But Greg, I like to really let him just sit there and play for a while, and let him just start hearing things, make a few little notes, and really listen to him. And then when he starts getting one of those magical melodies, or whatever, or he's got an idea, so it might not be all right, and I wouldn't want to jump in and say, no, that line wasn't any good, and offend him or anything, because he's got this vibe going. So you want to keep that vibe going, you want to fall into that. So it's kind of like that.
Okay, we sort of mapped that out. I mean, we didn't really complete it, but you get the idea of the process of what we're doing, right? Does that kind of cover the process? Let's for instance, we're going to go a whole different direction now. We're going to do like more of an R&B thing, like more of a groove thing. Now this would be like I'm so tired of loving you, baby. Oh, 'cause I just get hurt and hurt and hurt and hurt all over again. First line I had. Anybody? First of all, one of you guys give me a title. Anybody?
Yeah.
What's that? All over again? Well, I'll start over again. Oh, baby, it's like deja vu. This love and me and you, yeah. 'Cause every time I turn around, it's the same old thing. Okay, first line. You know. So what we're heading somewhere toward that you know, and evidently, you know, this is a broken-hearted song, and the title again was, you said?
All over again.
All over again. So yeah, it was, I just said it in the thing. Oh, so I stole that. So I can't use that right there. You know, baby, it's the same old thing. Same. I was going to say. Is that where is it?
I love the way, I thought you did a great job on that. All over again. You started off with deja vu, and then you said,
"Oh, baby, it's like deja vu." Me and you know.
Every time I see you, turn back around, it's all over again. And then you have to talk about it's all over inside.
So that would be the start of that. The next line, what we got? What are we talking about? We're talking about something, a situation that keeps happening. The girl keeps breaking his heart, or she keeps whatever, vice versa. So, yes. Oh, things were hot, but now they're not. Oh, no. I want to rhyme that internally rhyme. You know, internal rhyme in a line is like good too. Things were hot, oh, but now they're not. We keep on ending up in the same old spot, yeah. You know,
I keep trying, but I can't win.
I keep trying, but I can never win. But it just keeps happening all over. What's your thing again?
I love that.
Title again, guys.
All over again.
All over. turn around. Boy, it's just like the wind. It's all over again. Now, what I did there is I made a hook out of that. I made a musical hook as well as a title, you know. All over, everybody wants to sing along, and that's what you want to do in this kind of song like this. Get everybody singing along, you know what I mean? Get the whole hand waving thing. You know, that's the purpose in it. I'm not going to go on and on about that one, but that's R&B or more like soul kind of vibe, old soul kind of stuff. And that translates, believe it or not. That could be programmed and translated and be big in Europe. I mean, that's the kind of stuff they listen to in Europe, you know, that kind of stuff. So. But
the other thing on what you just did that was really interesting to me is like, you know, all over again may seem like you might have heard that title. If you look on BMI or ASCAP's side, you know, you'll probably see hundreds
15
of them, you know. But once you get that thing where you go all over like you did, then all of a sudden that's like, oh, brand new song.
Yeah.
How far away from somebody else's lyric or music do you have to be before it infringes upon plagiarism? Like, how many changes, like you said, you may have 100 all over again.
Yeah.
So what is the thing that makes it different?
What makes it different is you got to look at the notes, and what is it, 10 notes now, if it's on 10 notes, and if it's intention. If you're intentionally chasing down something, if you like, if you know, give me a song, a popular song. Yeah, if I went, every day is a new day, na 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 na, and I'm intending to go down the route of Amarillo by morning, you know what I mean? I'm singing different words. I'm going to be in trouble because I'm copying that melody and the notes, and my intention is to glean off of that song, and that's what stands up in chord. And you got to watch that. You just A/B your song against. When you write a song, don't try to think too much about writing it. A/B it after the fact. Don't as you're thinking it. You know, you may be dead on something, but don't let that stop you. Huh?
What is A/B?
A/B means listen to the song and listen to your song. Put it side by side. A/B. You know what I mean? Listen to them back and forth, and you'll see. You know, if it falls within a.
Are y'all ready for questions?
Sure, yeah, we're ready for questions. But anyway, that's in a nutshell. That's co-writing. What you guys would, you know, it's a broad brush, quick lesson. But
It's so fun to co-write. I have to tell you, writing by yourself is a lonely Maytag type profession.
Yeah.
Co-writing is, you just can't wait to get there. I mean, I used to call Jim when he was down here, and I would say, I'd be up there on my way to co-write and say, Jim, what are you doing? He goes, I said, man, you better get to writing. I said, I'm the one to write right now. You're down there. You need to get up here so you can be writing songs. Come on.
Yeah. Man, you know, I just gotta say something. I'm so proud of Jim, man, for representing New Orleans, man, and making, you know, and I'm telling you, this guy's a class act and a class writer, and he knows what he's talking about. He's a great teacher as well. You know, you're still doing some teaching as well? Yeah, cool. Loyola? Okay. Yeah, he teaches classes over at Loyola as well, and we're going to be doing some more of these things as well too. We're not going to. This is the first of many, and we're going to go more and more in depth. We're covering a lot of broad brush topics today because it's a lot of minutia here we got to go through, and we might even pair off into smaller groups and have different people pair off, and we'll have our agenda together. But yeah, okay, we're ready for questions, guys. So.
We had a lot of questions, and some of them were duplicates. So Jennifer, we tried to combine, compress, and all that. Otherwise, we could be here till 4 or 5 o'clock. And also, you guys try to, you know, limit your answers so we're not here till 4 or 5 o'clock. Writers, man, they start talking.
Hey, by the way, I want to say thank you guys so much for supporting this, because this is what's going to do it right here. You guys getting together and coming out and doing this. It's you. You guys are the ones that are going to be the future of doing stuff here in New Orleans and in this area and being creative entities, doing stuff and coming out of here. I'm going to start coming down here and producing acts out of here and making sure that they came out of New Orleans. You know, that's what we're going to make sure of and get that in the national media and so we're going to start seeing a lot more recognition in the future here in the next 10 years. So it's going to take a while. It's not going to be overnight, but we're going to get on it and work with it. So.
Okay, question number 1. Oh, is it? Am I just not close enough?
Yeah, turn her small talk. Yeah. You want my mic?
I'm fine, and I'll just talk loud. Can everybody hear me okay?
Good. Okay.
Okay. Do you have to wear a hat for songwriting.
Well, it helps, it makes you aerodynamic, I mean, I guess.
Greg gave me this hat, okay, to wear today. 'Cause he said I needed to wear a hat. So
He looks killer in hats, man.
he's the hat guy, and I wear ball caps.
It's just early. It's 9 o'clock on Saturday morning.
Hey, baby.
Bad hair.
Let me say one thing about hats. Hair today, gone tomorrow.
Or hair gone, hat today.
We collectively had a lot of questions regarding the actual formula for when you sit down and write a song. So they were hoping if you could maybe shed some more light on the average structure, both when you're writing as a group, but also a full day structure when you're writing alone. And hold on. And then also, is there any like computer software that you might utilize to assist you?
Well, I guess I can talk about that. The first question again. Was it
They were just the average structure, both for an individual and group session.
Okay.
And then is there any software that you utilize?
Average structure when we get together, I think I'm right in answering this, is usually it's two people that get together and write. We start off writing that way. And sometimes, three people, a lot of times. So, but we start off usually 10 in the morning, 10:30. We'll write until probably 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock. We'll go to lunch right after that. If the song needs finishing or if we're tired of writing, we'll just call it a day after that. We'll come back, maybe look at it, brush it up. Then we'll pick another day. That's what I do, at least, this kind of stuff. Or if it's a full day, I'll keep writing. I'll have another write in the afternoon or something like that. I have a two-a-day schedule kind of thing. So, and that's normal for me to have a two-a-day schedule for mine. What about you, Jim?
It depends on the co-writer. It depends on who your partner is and what their temperament is. It also depends on whether or not you think you're going to get back in the room with them soon. You might be on something and not have another date with them for about 3 months or something. Or they're BMI Songwriter of the Year. Well, you really want to finish something with them. So you're not going to quit at lunch or whatever. Peter Frampton tells a story about one morning writing "Do You Feel Like I Do" and "Show Me the Way," and then going to lunch and coming back and thinking that he was going to write another song, and he never did. And now he tells a story, why did I go to lunch?